Bradley. So we got. I forgot even where the fuck we were, to be honest with you. I have no idea where the fuck we are in this draft. I know we missed our running back, which is not good. But I don't think that there's anybody left that warrants a dire need, a necessary pick. So we're not going to go with any of those guys. At least we're not going to fucking select them. So let's see. Collar, Latavius, DeAndre, Kirk, Verdon, who is not really progressing. Oh, it's because he hasn't played a game since. So we're going to bump his slot up, get him to an 80 overall. You know, at least get him to an 80. So now he's pretty much where Christian Kirk was last year. So I'm hoping for the sort of same exact trajectory here. Would have been nice to have that running back on our team, but instead we got Lat Murray and Edmonds, Blades in 3, and Walton just in case. Nice. Better, not good. Pugh is fine. We don't have many good options here. We really don't. I'm gonna put Miller. Dude, he's our fucking fullback. We can't have that. Put Walton in a goddamn fullback, dog. Put Butler up there. Come on, dog. On defense, we have Gaither. And he will be the Darky Devon Kennard. He'll take over his thing. So he'll be there. Chandler Jones. Damon Harrison. Phillips. Son Reddick. You know, this guy was a 52 last season, so maybe he'll project a little bit higher up into the 70s, maybe the 80s come this season. But we're going to rock with Devondre Campbell. Considering our linebacking core is still pretty decent, other than Mr. Bynes here, but we'll upgrade that. Hassan Reddick moved up a little bit. Can't get that hold to fucking reorder out of the goddamn way. So this is a non-monetized video. And Buda Baker, Vernon Hargreaves, Byron Murphy Jr., and Mosley in at our cornerbacks 1, 2, and 3 respectively. So we're going to take off like a jet this year, but before we do that, really quick, we're going to recap our draft. Because I don't remember since the last broadcast. So Kyrie Gaither, really good pick. Jose Hancock, he's the backup of Devondre. Right guard, Lamar Floyd, not very good. Bracken's not good, and Bradfield, also not good. So we got two decent boys. Two decent homies on the lineup. We're going to sim right on through to the mid-season mark and see what we're at. So, seasons prior, we were 6-2. Then, at mid-season, we were 3-4-1. I'm going to say we're still around that mark. I'm going to say we're going to be 3-4. My God. Do I know Madden or do I know fucking Madden? All you gotta do to know Madden is just credit yourself whenever the fuck you can. Week 9 against the Jags, we took a loss there. Frustrated with receiver. Here's the craziest part about Madden. It always gives wide receiver 3 the most yards. So here's what I'm gonna do. Check it out. Watch what happens. We're gonna win this next game. And against the 49ers, we take the win. Of course, this is what happens, dude. I'm telling you. This is just the stuff that happens. Help a player upgrade his dev trait. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. What do you need? Probably needs 250 yards or 3+ touchdowns. Yeah, 4+ touchdowns or 200+ receiving rushing yards. Look, in the sim, it's not possible. It's not possible in the sim. Against the Rams, is it possible to do against the Rams? We lose to them 28-25. Does he still get the... ain't the game I was hoping to have. Of course, dude. You're making excuses. So we go 4-6. We got the 5-5 Titans up now. Playing them in Tennessee. We lose 29-19. Just to check at the team, we're at 84 overall. Cardinals team. And we are 4-7. So an 84 overall team is 4-7. Madden. We're doing a tremendous job. As of late, I've not been able to win any of these franchise modes since I've been streaming them. We're 6-8. We got 2 more games. Can we at least go 500? We're gonna go 7-9. We're gonna go 7-9. yeah, we're not gonna win here. You know, we're not going to win. But it's nice to dream and hope sometimes, right? Oh, we do win. And we don't get to make it because the Rams get to make it, even though we're 8-8 with the fucking Rams. But alright, no biggie, no biggie, no biggie. We're gonna actually check to see how the team did. We'll check to see our team build here. So our O-line is not horrendous. You know, it's not great. It's not, I'd say it's a little less than average, but, you know, Pugh is still a 76. You know, Jones is moving up 77, 79 for Riley here, and 77 for Purvis. So they're just not developing. The O-line doesn't develop. Kyler Murray's fantastic. 90 overall. Let's check his stats. Let's see how his stats are. Watch him be abysmal. 29-4. 30-12, 30-10, almost 4,000 yards. Great passer rating. Minimal picks, I suppose. I mean, double-digit picks is kind of, you know, not that great for, I want to say, a junior quarterback here, but his completion percentage is up. You know, he has a lot of attempts. I'm going to credit it mainly to the offense that we run. Does he have any rushing yards? He does. He has a couple touchdowns each season with 300, 400 yards almost. But it's just not enough to get us into the playoffs. It's not enough. We probably need a top-tier running back. And what we're going to do this year, finally, we missed out a couple times because we had some defensive guys we wanted to pick up. You know, we wanted to pick up that middle linebacker. We wanted to go and pick up, what's it called? Gaither, who's not an X Factor or a superstar like I was hoping he'd be. But he's still a solid guy in the edge. And he's better than Devon Kennard. So we have our 1, 2, 3. Damon Harrison will be with us, I believe, for another year, or if that, we have to re-sign him this year. Mine's just starting to finally move up in the overall rankings here. He's not going to be a shit player for much longer. Hancock is probably ready to take over Devondre Campbell's spot. I'd say it's pretty safe to say. He's going to drop after the end of the season. He's an 80 now. Remember that. He's an 80. We'll bump on over another week. And we'll bump ourselves over to the Super Bowl. And let's see who's playing in the Super Bowl real quick. We have the Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City Chiefs. The fucking sim loves Dallas, man. Loves Dallas, loves Cleveland, loves the Bills, loves the Bears, loves the Saints. But the Kansas City Chiefs do beat the Cowboys, 35-27. They beat them by a score. And we're ready to renegotiate some contracts. Now, if I was a smart coach, I would not re-sign Isaiah Simmons. Reason why I say this is because we're not winning with Isaiah Simmons. And this guy wants $17.5 million a year. You understand that? That's quarterback money. That is quarterback money, essentially. But if we're going to keep him for that long, we're going to go balls deep here. We're going to go with 7 years, $19.4 million. We got the deal done. Chandler Jones is our bookend. I want to keep him for a little while longer. He wants 15 mil. Look, Chandler Jones, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen because you're asking for so much money. Now, the stats. Over the last 3 seasons. Alright, so Chandler Jones is just an absolute stud regardless. He over here, it should not be 5.5. It should be 19.5 sacks. So 19.5, 12.5, 8.5. He only got 5.5 in this sim. To me, it does not warrant a $15 million a year contract for 3 years. It doesn't warrant that. Christian Kirk, he will be pretty much the replacement for DeAndre Hopkins when he goes away. So we want to sign him to a big deal. I'd love to get him for the full extent, 7 years. You know, 1 year of regression plus. We get to keep the high overall guy. Max Williams is a 28-year-old tight end who is asking for, I believe, 4 change million a year, 3 change million a year. He would not be a bad sign for 4 more years. He's not really going up or down, but we do need another guy at tight end. We can't just rely on our boy. He didn't want to sign, so no big deal. Devondre Campbell finally hit superstar. It's just unnecessary to keep Devondre Campbell as well because Devondre's asking for 6'6". He's 29. He's got the superstar dev trait, but he's no longer a scheme fit for us. We're going to let him go. Chase Edmonds. He's our backup running back right now. We're going to keep Chase Edmonds only because he is a solid guy. We're going to keep him as our running back too. Marcus Gilbert is 34 years old, and he's regressing like a 75-year-old's hairline. So we're not going to continue along the path of Marcus Gilbert being with the Arizona Cardinals. We are going to keep, however, Tanner Muse. We're going to keep Tanner around. I like that 76. I like that 26-year-old mark. We'll keep him for another 3 years. He's ready to come back. Devon Kennard, we talked so much shit about you, we can't keep you. Mark Walton Jr. in real life is a really good running back. In college, he was pretty decent, but we're not gonna pick up Mark Walton. We're not gonna pick up Mason. Actually, no, we're not settling for these goofy bastards. And that's the goofiest of the bastards. But Chandler Jones is taking a hike. He's gonna go check to see what his projection for money a year is gonna be in free agency. Mitchell Schwartz. We need a new tackle. I'd like to go Mitch Schwartz for a year, just to kind of get him on our team, right? Rob Gronkowski. Schwartz is 33. He'll be good for about 2 years. We'll keep him for 1. Chris Harris Jr. for a cornerback. Chandler Jones. There he is. No one's going to take him for that crazy, stupid amount of money. Kerryon Johnson. Kerryon Johnson, a power back, huh? I don't think of Kerryon Johnson as a power back. I think of him more as an elusive guy. Compare him to, I guess, maybe to just, who would I compare Kerryon to? Like a toned down Jamal Charles, I suppose. He's just a lot more elusive. Braden Smith is 26 years old. I mean, am I missing the mark here if I don't go all out and try and get these guys? Grant Delpit is there. AJ Terrell. This is why we waited. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, CeeDee Lamb, who stayed in normal depth. This game does not know how to. Whoever is doing these, what is it? The rosters, fix the dev traits. If you're gonna go all out and do all these crazy things like get their projections right and get their stats right, you might as well just go with the extra step and give them a dev trait. Because these guys always hit free agency. Look, Jerry Jeudy, normal 84. You know what I mean? No projection to be great. But okay, no more complaining. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a receiving back. We would be so dumb not to sign this guy. We would be so dumb not to sign Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So we're going to sign him. We are going to sign him for 4 years. And on top of it, we're going to sign Braden Smith. On top of it. I'd like to keep him until he's 30. Ooh, that's a cheap contract for an old lineman. It really is. But, you know, it's 94 points. New York's got the bid. I could move this up to 6, right? I could move it up to 6. And move this, oh, way too high. I can move this to like 4-3. Now, that's a huge contract. It's 106, boys. 5.8. And that's where we're leaving it. Okay. 104 points. Here we go. We are, okay, just so you know, we're 6 whole points higher. Rejected. Would you like to know why? I'm going to explain some things to these people who also like to go and do the, who like to do Connected Franchise. I'm going to explain some stuff to you now. If you play Connected Franchise, you know, for a fact, right? For a fact, that if you have the highest bid on a player, you're not going to get that player. League signings. 104 points. See, they matched our offer. We did not even get a chance to match that offer. You see the problem with Madden? You can't even play Madden. You can't even fucking play Madden. Oh, dude, it's sickening, bro. It's sickening. I guess Gronk is still available. He could be our tight end for Kyler Murray. He wants 3 years. We'll cut him if need be. But here's the thing. Gronk is an X factor. Gronk is an X factor. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Mitchell Schwartz, they're on the team. And Gronk accepted too. So we have a dominant Arizona Cardinals team right now. A very good Arizona Cardinals team. We have Mitch Schwartz standing at right tackle for us. Purvis, Riley, Jones, and Pugh, who's starting to go down a little bit, but he's good enough. He'll suffice right now. Plus, we have the draft. So now we have a better pick. Now we have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Latavius Murray we signed last year. Chase Edmonds we re-signed this year. We just went out and signed Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We just drafted him last year. We needed to go out and build our running back roster just to see if we can get some guys. And this year we're also going to draft a guy. And from there, my friends, boys and girls, or boy and girl, whoever the fuck's watching, we're going to trade away these guys. Like, Edmonds is not on a very expensive contract, and Madden doesn't work when my contract carries over. It stays. So we could always cut him. We could always trade him. We have DeAndre Hopkins. We have Christian Kirk. We have two solid wide receivers. We have a great tight end in Rob Gronkowski. We got a great young backup tight end in Miller. And we have a third-string wide receiver who's great. Andy Isabella, who's a very, very underrated receiver. Watch for him this year. And Hakeem Butler, who's a very underrated receiver as well. Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins, Hakeem Butler, and Andy Isabella. Here's the thing. Trading for DeAndre Hopkins, great trade. Great trade for what you got. But you're now wasting a talent of potentially an Andy Isabella or a Hakeem Butler now. Because you have another wide receiver in your ranks. And it just drops those receivers down a rung. Down on defense, Isaiah Simmons, the absolute stud backer. Bynes, Son Reddick is better on the outside. Depends on how we draft this year. Hancock might be our guy for now. Thompson is actually doing better. I can't see your face. He's shy. Byron Murphy, Vernon Hargreaves, and Mosley. Fine corners. We need somebody now. We need players here. That is looking hideous. Can we sign one guy? Can we sign one guy on the D line at least? Chandler Jones is still there. Are we gonna rob him? Guys, we could rob Chandler Jones for 3 years. Michael Gallup. Oh my god, dude. Wow. So many guys. And maybe a DT? Can we find a cheap DT? Oh, Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward. For a year? Gimme. Gimme. This is a no-brainer. So, it seems, boys and girls... Oh my god, we have a nasty team right now. We have a nasty team right now. We're old, but we're nasty. So, first things first, what we're going to do is... I'm not a Pats fan. I live out in New England, but I'm not a Pats fan. We're not going to go nuts on Gronk here. But if you're talking to me, I'd say Gronkowski's an X-Factor guy. He's always an X-Factor guy. But with his age, I put him down to superstar. That's fair enough. For me and for the Gronk fans. Down over here in defense. We are Studley. Chandler Jones, you're right end by nature, partner, but we're going to put you over to left end. Only because I feel like we need an edge rusher. We need somebody over there on that side. So here we go. We are looking fucking solid, except for this guy, bro. I'm giving him a chance. But here we go. On to the draft. We have a decent pick. And let's see who won the Heisman. It's always important to see that. And it went to Willis Colts, the left outside linebacker. And boys and girls, the spot we need on the linebackers in that squad is left outside linebacker. So what we're going to do is we are going to trade Mr. Hancock and try and get Willis Coates. Was that his name? The Lions have had the first overall pick 2 years in a row. That is sad. And let's see what this absolute goat of a player is. Willis Coates. Over there, pick number 11. We have pick 16. We're not going to get him. I'm just letting you know. They're all going to be gone. So these guys in below will be here. So I could draft Trevor Barber. I could draft Sammy Carradine. I could draft Jerome Lewis. There's a lot of good corners. I could go for an O-lineman. I could go O-line. Left tackles. He's decent, not Drew Knight. Oh boy. I mean, the best option we have is. Here's the thing. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough. But we're gonna try and get as many picks as we can here. We're gonna try and grab some picks. So we'll check out the fodder. We'll see who the fodder is for this team. So we'll keep going down. We'll check. So our running back squad is very, very, very deep. I say get rid of Matt Blades. I say get rid of Matt Blades. He's probably the guy we gotta toss. So Matt Blades, is anyone like Matt Blades? A lot. Okay. So no one really likes Matt Blades a lot. Wide receivers, we have a ton of them. We have a ton. Here's the thing. Andy Isabella. We don't really need you. We don't really need Andy Isabella. He's a great wide receiver, but we don't really need Andy Isabella. I keep backing out. Right end. Tight ends. We have Gronk and Homie right there. On our O-line, we're fine. Zach Allen's a backup. Hancock, Reddick, Bynes, Ezekiel Turner, corners. Michael Jackson Sr. We're young at cornerback. We're really young. Deontay Thompson, Buda Baker, Tanner Muse. We could probably afford to trade one of these guys away, and I'm Deontay Thompson as well, trade away. So we got to get a green here. So the Eagles are interested in Andy Isabella. They got pick 8. The Falcons. So first things first, what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, hold the phone. Anyone interested in Thompson? Yes, the Panthers are interested in Thompson. Oh, that's not a good pick. Let's see if they'll give us a first rounder. Let's see if they'll do that. For Thompson. Ooh, it's close. It's close. But we're going to go with more draft picks here. We're going to go with a 5th rounder and Thompson. Ouch. I mean, 4 and Thompson is a little tough for me. That's a little tough. But we can go 4. For an extra first, I'll take it. Every day of the week. Every day of the week. We were also going to go and try and trade Andy Isabella, right? So Andy Isabella, and we were looking at the Philadelphia Eagles for Andy Isabella. We were looking on over there. So Andy Isabella to the Philadelphia Eagles. He's not going to go alone, so we need to give them something else. And what I'm thinking we'll give them is Lamar Floyd. We just drafted this guy, but he's kind of a bust. The 49ers could use both of these guys. They got pick 15. But for now, we'll go with the Eagles, and we'll try and take their pick with Andy Isabella. Let's see what we're going to put up. It's not very good. Not very good projections. We need to give them at least another guy. We need to give him someone else. We could also give him another wide receiver. We could go with Keyshawn Johnson and Andy Isabella. 2 young guys. 2 young players. And the 5th round pick. We're just trying to give this pick away. We're just trying to give this pick away. And we cannot do it. And we're not going to offer them up the 3rd. We're not going to do that. Alright, that's good enough. I was getting scared for a moment. The 49ers. They were really, really interested in our right guard. They were really interested in Lamar Floyd. They were super interested in him. So we're going to try and give them what they want. So we are going to go and give them. We're going to give him Lamar Floyd. See what's up with that. Okay, it's not a very good one. And that's fine. I understand that. And the running back situation. Latavius Murray and Blades. Can we give Blades away to the 49ers? No. What about Latavius Murray? Yes! Latavius Murray and Lamar Floyd. We can get rid of Latavius Murray finally. And we can give them a 6th round pick and 2 guys. And bada bing bada boom. We have some picks. And let's go. Let's see what we got.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
Okay, so we have the 8th overall pick in the draft. And Aaron Livingston, huh? He could be our guy. He's 5'9", though, man. I don't know what his speed is. I can't, you know, I can't do it. I gotta go with Willis Coates. I gotta go with the Heisman winner here. Yeah, he's the
The
Heisman winner.
Bills are now on the
Heisman winner is
clock.
always great. He's always fantastic. We're gonna take Willis Coates. Skipping on
The
down to the
Cardinals are now
15th
on the
overall
clock.
pick, we have another first rounder. And we have another one after that, another one after that. So we're looking damn good. Defensive tackle, Trevor Barber. We need a DT. Cam Hayward's not going to be here for long. He's only going to be there for a year. So Trevor Barber
The Cardinals are now on
is
the
our
clock.
next pick on the D line. And at pick number 16, here we go. We still have Aaron Livingston hanging out. Robert Stewart. We have Sammy Carradine. We have Jerome Lewis. We have Darian McAllister. We need someone on the O-line, boys. We need somebody on the O-line. And Darian McAllister is a scheme fit hog up front, buddy. Scheme fit hog, Darian McAllister.
The Titans are now on the clock.
It's a death sentence when you get those guys. It's a death sentence. That's why I'm gonna bump up the sliders for the
Cardinals are now on the clock.
O-line. It's not. It's just fucking horrible. And I mean, I know who I want to pick here. I know who I should pick, and it should be Jacques Randall, because this dude is. Look at his coverage, man. Look at his. Look at it. Look, he's phenomenal. He is phenomenal. His jumping sucks, but he's agile, he's fast, he's strong. He's got zone and man coverage perfect and awareness. And he's 21 from Purdue, 6'2", 205. That is my ideal cornerback with a little bit better jumping. That is my ideal cornerback. I'd love to take him, but we are gonna play it like a bunch of dumbasses. We're gonna go with Aaron Livingston because I love to draft really good running backs, and I'm thinking that Aaron Livingston, 21 years old.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
And here we go. That's fucking phenomenal. Aaron Livingston could be the next big thing. Now, here comes a pretty difficult decision. We've done this already. We've already done this. We're going to try it again. So, Byron, Vernon Hargreaves, and Emmanuel Mosley. We're going to trade away Vernon Hargreaves. Alright, we're going to trade him away. We need a high pick in the second round. We need a high pick. At least, like the Chiefs, do you want them? Who wants him? Dallas. Dallas was in the Super Bowl. Vernon Hargreaves for your first rounder. That's tremendous, dude. So we traded an 80 overall normal dev 27-year-old.
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
To go and get a cornerback that I believe is the best corner in the draft that got taken. Because we start him. Oh boy. We put a star on him and that's how they find him. That's just how it works, guys. That's Madden for you. That's Madden. So I suppose the next best thing to do is just draft the best available player. And the best available player is Carlos Rose or Kenny Whitaker. I'm going to go with Carlos Rose. Wow, Washington, 23 years old. Come on. Kenny Whitaker. Notre Dame, 21. We're going to go with the young guy, Kenny
The
Whitaker.
Chiefs are now on the
Good
clock.
pick. Good pick. Good pick. We got a lot of defense this year. I could scream and cry.
The Cardinals are now
I
on
can't believe
the
they took
clock.
that cornerback, man. He was the best cornerback I've seen in a long time. I do love that Justin Windsor guy. He looks pretty good with that A- tackling. Alright, don't worry about this. And no, I'd like to go for Jaden Royster or Leonard Moore, but I mean, this guy does look like a late, he's a mid-second round guy. This guy is a mid-second round guy. He's projected just where he has to go. Third round. Better combine, third round. Oh, man. Who do I go for here? I guess who's ever faster. I'm going with the faster guy. 4.74. 4.92. We're going Leonard Moore. We're going to look at Jaden Royster later on. See if he was any better. Because we know he wasn't going to be phenomenal.
The Titans are now on the clock.
I hit draft board an accident. I apologize.
The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Colts are now
Jaden
on
Royster
the
was
clock.
a 68. And now that we get to the third round,
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
this is all about who the best player is that we think is on the board. Justin Windsor's still there. He'd be a great person to add. 5th round, no. 6th round, no. 7th round, no. So, it seems to me that the best available player for us would be Justin Windsor. With a decent combine. New Mexico State.
The Titans are now on the clock.
Wonderful, right? But we'll skip on through. I'm going to have a little bit of this Italian ice. You can hear my throat getting obliterated by... Don't even say it. Don't even fucking say it. You dirty, disgusting piggies. But here we go. Draft recap time. Draft recap time. Livingston. Buddy, we're putting you in at number 2. Sorry, Edmonds. You're the guy I want. On the O-line, we seem to be okay. Mitchell Schwartz is going to help us out big time. Gronk is going to help us out blocking. So the run game should be good. On defense, Mr. Barber is going to take over for Casey Hayward. We have Chandler Jones. We have Gaither. We got a couple of good linebackers here. I'm going to put Coates above. And Whitaker will be back here. Windsor is actually better than Bynes, but I'm going to keep Bynes higher because he's got the star dev. And I'm not going to do that 1 point because I should do it on its own. I set the fucking rules, man. I set the rules, and I didn't want to go through. Before we start the season, just really quick, I want to check to see how that cornerback turned out. So out of the corners, 76 overall, Bob Norman. Then we went down to London Delmas at 71. Then we had Sammy Carradine, another guy I liked. Then we had Jerome Lewis and Garrison Bynes. Jacques Randall, he went there. We took Livingston and Jacques Randall. Was that the guy? Yes, it was. So Jacques Randall, who I said was the best corner in this draft. He's a 77 hidden from Purdue. And he's a star. Okay. So we didn't necessarily miss out on somebody incredible, right? Someone absolutely incredible. But a combine freak, got the size, speed, for sure we missed out. But we got a lot of really good players. We had 5 first-round picks here, just by trading some bullshit players. I know it says real. It doesn't say realistic. Ha! It doesn't say realistic. Never mind. I don't apologize for shit. Darian McAllister. We're gonna start him over Justin Pugh. Livingston, hidden dev. Barber, hidden dev. Coates, hidden dev. Whitaker, hidden dev. So the worst we can get is some star players. The worst we can get is some stars. The worst that can happen to us is if we get star, 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 star. This guy's normal. So star, star, normal, star, star. That could be the worst possible outcome. Leonard Moore's a 69. He's right up at the line of 70. Justin Windsor. He'll be a good backup for us. But these two guys, they're embarrassing. Man, this fucking hold to reorder shit is really getting me. But I'm going to stop this one. And I'm going to try and get rid of this hold to reorder.